Hi! If you speak French, please go watch the video that I've made in my French YouTube channel on this topic, because I don't have the time and the words to explain all in details. But for those who can't, don't worry, I'll do my best to talk about all the key moments my use with EDS. For those who don't know me, hi, I'm Corey, I'm 29 years old, and I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. My EDS was found only when I was an adult, which is too much common for a genetic condition from birth. Was I a healthy kid before the diagnosis? Not really. Maybe I had some symptoms that were associated with EDS, and they continue to develop in life little by little, sometimes getting better, stabilizing, getting worse, and so on. As a kid, I mostly had respiratory issues, urinary infections, and a lack of muscle tone. I had sleep apnea, who scared the shit out of my mom. I catch all the sickness in the air, and it took more times for me to heal from them than other kids. At 3 years old, I was diagnosed with my scoliosis. It was double curved, and the most important one was at 36 degrees and going in direction of my heart. Because of its quick evolution for my age, I had to wear a rigid back brace because there was a risk that I had even more respiratory issues and even heart problem because of my scoliosis. Around 3 or 4 years old, other symptoms of a connective tissue disorder were spotted by a doctor who suspected that I had Marfan, which has a lot of similarities with EDS. But it wasn't investigated nor mentioned to the best of my mom's memory, and we found out when I asked my past doctors for my medical record. I advise anyone to do so. You learn a ton of stuff that you didn't suspect about yourself, trust me. At 4 years old, a doctor mentioned an excessive daily fatigue that wasn't really understood why. For my mom, it was not that big of a surprise, since my little sister had chronic fatigue early in her life as well. Yet for none of us it was investigated until we were adults, because doctors didn't really care. Because of my scoliosis and my back brace, every EDS problems were attributed to my curvy spine. As a kid, I had to do gymnastics outside of school classes to build a little bit of muscle. I also had respiratory physiotherapy. All things considered, because my back brace made my disability visible, I had a lot of accommodations that I feel other zebras might not have. I had psychomotricity and special pain to write. Everyone in class were attentive to not hurt me. I had more time to change because of my bad proprioception and my back brace. So all things considered, with those accommodations, my young self had a pretty normal childhood. At least on the chronic illness impact. Because between 9 and 11, I was mentally unstable, and boy, let's change the subject, because we don't have the time to unpack all of that. So 14 years old me starts to have really bad legs pain that started to become chronic. Because yes, I had some pain before, but not chronically, and it was the normal growing pain in my mouth. By that I mean it wasn't debilitating, and I didn't need to take medication to function with it. But those legs pain would wake me screaming at night, and I also started to fall without warning, like they couldn't wear my body anymore. So that wasn't fun. The also not fun part was that my doctor told me that it was caused by, you guessed it, my scoliosis. They concluded that I needed a surgery because the big curve was now 40 degrees, and I was young and healthy, so I'll be perfectly fine. Did I? No. I would do one day a video about my back surgery, because that was an adventure too, with me and my dad fighting in court, to the neurosurgeon dying in the plane crash a week before the surgery. Really, the odds were not in my favor. Did I listen to them? Nope. I listened to the doctors and do what they told me, and if they say that to fix my leg pain I need a back surgery, that surgery it is. You probably guessed in my tone that I wasn't happy with the result. That was the starting point of my ribs subluxating, my pain becoming chronic, and pain flares being debilitating. I had to nap at noon if I wanted to be able to work the afternoon in class, because I was exhausted, and mostly none of the doctors at that time believed me when I told them about my pain. They decided that my surgery was perfect, which it was, let's be honest, and therefore I was lying for attention or because I was lazy. So you can guess what happened after that. 15 years old, chronic pain, chronic fatigue, medical gaslighting, not understanding what was happening to me, everyone blaming my symptom on mental health. Yeah, I went straight back into depression. Yet I was able to finish my scholarship, then find an apprenticeship as a secretary, managed to do it for 2 years full-time, then finish it part-time after lots of mediation to find a way to not being fired because I was having too many pain flares and I wasn't able to go to work. If you've seen my poems video that I posted May 15, it was that time of my life. Yet, I finished it and I celebrate becoming an adult with a certification for a job by falling in the stairs, running the little health I had left, and since then, I'm on disability. So, that was fun. All jokes aside, even if part of my youth was hell, I feel I had a good childhood for lots of reasons. I just talked about my health, so I know it might seem dark, but before 15, I didn't even realize that I was disabled. So yeah, that is a resume of my youth and how I grew up with EDS as quickly as I could. So if you have questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, and until then, lots of spoons everyone. Bye!